Good news, everyone!
That's good news.
Stories that make us feel happy.
I'm glad you're here to tell us these things.
Now, your tomorrow morning's headlines tonight.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Well, Chris, kicking off the big news today.
Yes.
We had heard all these rumors about the new Nintendo console, the NX, but we hadn't gotten any confirmation as to what it looked like. We kind of saw patents that kind of described how it would work. But finally,
I think I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think too, even at that time when we saw those patents with all the weirdness to it, we were not really sure if that could even be possible. Like that doesn't seem like a thing, but I guess it is sort of Nintendo's MO.
Their shtick.
Yeah. Sorry.
So finally today, Nintendo released a 3-minute video, revealed their new game console, the Switch. Stupidest name ever, but I mean,
I go back and forth, but I
Google
mostly hate
searchability, the worst name ever.
Absolutely.
The worst name ever. But whatever. You add a couple more words like video game to that, and then you'll find it, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool, I guess. It's super gimmicky. I'm getting everyone's talking about how different this is than the Wii U. I'm getting very Wii U vibes.
It is.
I mean, it's very. You're looking at a console that's playing. So Wii came out and it was a little bit more. It had a good bit more power than the PlayStation or than the Dreamcast. Than the Dreamcast, but. Yeah, or GameCube, right?
Yeah, because
it didn't have quite as much as
basically.
It didn't have quite as much as the Xbox, 360, whatever.
Right, it wasn't quite there. Yeah,
it wasn't quite there. And then then the Wii U came out, and it was kind of in between again. It was in between that. It was a little bit more powerful than the Wii U, but it wasn't quite as powerful as the Xbox 360 to PlayStation 3. Then now this is coming out, and it's going to be a little more powerful than the Xbox 360 and the PS3, but is it going to be more as powerful as the PS4s? Probably not. I think they're putting themselves in the exact same position. A lot of people are. But
look, I'm talking while we're on the topic of power. If you look at the success of the Wii, it had nothing to do with the power of the system. It had to do with the novelty of the motion control and the games. But
they've gotten rid of that.
They have, right? Absolutely. Right. They have absolutely gotten rid of the, hey, uncle, come over and let's play bowling, in the living room at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. If you watch the video, it's no families. It's all kids.
Well, it's all like hip late 20-year-olds.
Yeah. Mid to late 20s, whatever. But it's no families. There's no, it's not 5 people sitting on the couch playing bowling. Right?
I think they know Nintendo is automatically going to get the kids, especially if this eventually is what they want to replace the 3DS.
But I don't think they do automatically get the kids anymore. I really don't. There's a lot of kids calling me bad names on Call of Duty. It's like I don't think that it's a different time. They used to, for sure. Up until GameCube, I would say 100%, and Wii into the Wii definitely. Mm-hmm. But once you get into the 360, and the PS3, when they hit their stride, and they were just as affordable as the Wii.
Yeah,
because that was the big thing. It was the Wii was a lower price point.
Right.
There's no way this is going to be lower than $300. Oh. Right. Because this is a very powerful tablet from what it looks like. And I'm sorry, if you buy a Surface or an iPad, I assume this has as good of innards as an iPad.
Well, that's the thing. What we got here in this video, if you haven't already seen it, we've posted it up on the Facebook page, but it basically just shows this tablet. He's got a guy playing a video game, and he gets up and it's the controller's attached to the tablet, and then he goes and takes the game with him. I had very clear flashbacks of not only the PlayStation Vita when they were kind of that whole remote play kind of aspect of it, like, you can start a game here and continue on this thing. They didn't really live up to that promise. This is a lot different, but and then a lot of like, hey, we're having a party over here on this rooftop. Come over. Oh, hold on, let me bring my tablet and we can play Mario Kart with these.
Which is just Mario Kart 8.
Right.
It's already out.
Yeah, you're good. The point I think you're trying to make is the games that we saw basically were just, did they just figure out a way of taking the Wii U hardware and sticking it into a container smaller than the Wii U controller?
But it plays Skyrim, which is 5 years old.
Which, can you believe the fangirling that's going on right now over the fact that Skyrim is in that trailer?
So stupid.
Like, if you want to play Skyrim,
it doesn't even look good. It's not even the up-res new Skyrim. Like, they didn't even bother to put that footage in. Like, that's not even the Skyrim remastered, which comes out next Friday. That's just regular old Skyrim.
I will say there's a whole lot of stuff in this that we have no idea more details about, and I am interested in the fact that if they can get some really good games on it. That's what sold me on a lot of platforms was, I really want to play this game. And that's why I went with the PlayStation 4. That's why I went with, that's why I started off with the last generation with the Wii. As opposed to going, no, it was cheaper. Yes. But it was about the game that sold me. So the graphics and the power of it don't necessarily sell. The price point is going to be a huge issue. So will the battery power. And we don't know anything about those right now. Right. And everyone's kind of, I doubt the battery power is very great. I mean, it freaking better be. Like, it needs to be, if it needs to be at least iPad mini, like in that kind of 6-7 hour range. Yeah, they could probably, I mean, I'm sure they can hit that, but or more. I would love. Yeah, more. I don't know. I just don't. I know this is not your favorite. Well, everyone's getting excited about the fact that there's all these software companies that have pledged to it. But guess who pledged to the EA? Here's some launch companies that had launch titles for the Wii U: Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, Activision, THQ, Disney Interactive, EA, Way Forward, 2K Sports, 2K. Yeah. All these companies had same thing. Launch games. It's literally the same thing. Tecmo Koei, they had one. Activision, I think I already said them, but it's like, why are we getting it? Like, this already happened. This already happened. Had this and everything that was released, all those companies, all they did was release stuff that was already out on the 360. And what's happening right now? They're releasing everything that they already have in the back. They're seeing if people buy it. And the thing with Nintendo consoles is the attachment rate on Nintendo consoles is very low because people buy Nintendo consoles for what? Nintendo games. They don't buy other people's games. Right. That's what Zelda's what sells it. And so they're not going to – nobody's buying Call of Duty on this. Nobody. No. I mean – but Pokemon, James, there's going to be Pokemon on this. That's fine. I mean, that's great. For the people that are willing to shell out $200 to play 6 games. Good point. They have to overcome the failure that was the Wii U when it came to first party games. I feel like we're being a super bummer on the people who are very excited about this. I'm happy for people who are excited. Good for you. Get ready for your Nintendo. It's just not for me. Well, and that's fair. That's fair. This is not for everybody. I'll buy it when it's cheap. Right. I mean, that's what I did for my Wii U. I got it used for $150. That's right. So solid deal. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll do the same. The thing is, I think what they did a good job on this video was keeping the message on showing off that this is the core things. It's a console that you can play on your TV. It is a mobile device that you can go play those exact same games anywhere you want to. That you can really easily bring your friends into the game with those small controllers, which, by the way, worst name ever, are called Joy-Cons. And I think that's very cool. Not the name, but I think that idea is very cool. I do too. I think, and they don't show this in the video, but there's no way that we're not going to see other games that come with their own controller setups with special buttons and all kinds of stuff. Prepare. That is going to happen. But the name Joy-Con, I was reading a review of this thing, or like an article about this video that got released, and I came across that and I laughed out loud in my office because immediately I thought this is the name of a convention that takes place in like Tempe, Arizona. That's all about Joy Behar or something. Like, it sounds like a strange convention for people who sell essential oils or something. But those things are pretty cool. You do get the option, obviously, of spending probably $40-$50 on a Pro controller, which will just be like a standard generic looking controller.
Which I can almost guarantee you the 2 Pro controllers that I already have for my Wii U won't work.
Oh, probably. But hey, but think about this though, James. I mean, like the nunchucks and Wiimotes, that stuff all worked with the Wii U. Not saying it's going to work with this thing. There's no evidence.
No, they got rid of the Wii name. They're not carrying anything over.
Well, and they did. The thing does look high. The device looks quality. It looks the build looks great.
Looks incredibly sleek.
It looks expensive.
It looks awesome. It looks expensive. I mean, and that was
maybe that's the trick. They make us think it's really expensive, and then they set the price point at a what the hell, like lower price than we expect.
Yeah, I just can't imagine what the innards cost to make a tablet that'll. I mean, if you build a Microsoft Surface tablet that'll run Skyrim on high settings, that's like $1,000 tablet.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll have to see. This thing's coming out March of 2017, and there's no time for them to waste to release more information. So they'll let this video circulate around the internet till it reaches saturation, then they'll hit us with something else. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, lots of questions still out there. Battery life, specs, price. I was thinking, like, does the dock, is it just a big plastic piece of whatever that lets it charge, or is there additional processing power to output to TVs? We don't know that. But we'll have more about that coming up. The other stuff that happened this week that was super big, in my opinion, we got a couple trailers that got everyone, at least on my social feed, talking. The first being Guardians of the Galaxy, which is just a teaser trailer. And the more I learned about it, James, it's actually an international teaser trailer. And it's, for whatever reason, they needed to, in the international market, had to start promoting this. So that's not really intended for our audience, even though James Gunn tweeted it, and then not immediately, but then Marvel put it up on the American YouTube page. I really think that we're going to see a full trailer pretty soon. I don't think that we're left with this one for a few months.
Well, James Gunn's tweet also said that the real trailer was coming soon, but this was a sneak peek.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, it definitely is a sneak peek. I think we're going to get the real trailer with Doctor Strange, would be my guess.
Absolutely. At the very least,
probably the Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday before Doctor Strange will come out, or it will quote unquote leak, and then everyone goes to Doctor Strange to actually see it in full HD and big on
screen,
however big screen that is. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, it was fun. Made me feel like we're going to get a lot of what we already got. I don't think it will be as good as the first one, just because the first one's going to be so difficult to beat. And I think the
Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one's it's magic.
Yeah,
it has a perfect combination of nostalgia and world building and stuff that's going to be incredibly hard to replicate. But I want in my head to wait to have that weird feeling, because I remember reading stuff about how people, when thinking about Star Wars 2, they're like, oh, Star Wars 2 won't be as good. And then, Empire Strikes Back comes out and blows everybody's minds. That I think James Gunn's very creative, but you're right. The bar is very high. Yep.
It will be, in my opinion, it will be incredible if it matches beat for beat, pacing and comedic timing and all these things with the first one.
Yeah.
The first one is top 5 movies of all time, in my opinion. Guardians of
the Galaxy had something to prove.
Yes.
And so you had a lot of creative forces, the actors, the people behind the scenes, James Gunn, friend of the show, Sean Gunn, of course, working really hard to churn out something that was going to blow people's minds. And even though they're working their butts off to make this thing as good, if not better. There's probably a subconscious something in the back of your head that's like, you know what, if this doesn't do as good, I'm still famous, you know?
Right.
I still made a bunch of money on the last movie, so things are good. Things are good. This trailer had the recognizable "Hooked on a Feeling," which I was surprised, to be honest. I was kind of, while I like the song and I deeply associate it with Guardians of the Galaxy, the very first thing in my head was, really? Like,
yeah, and the fact that this was sent international makes a little bit more sense on that token, because I think internationally, I don't know if Blue Suede got really big overseas, but I think internationally that song is more associated with the film than anything. So
right. This is like them playing the Star Wars theme in a trailer and going, oh, like for a casual person, like, oh, this is Star Wars, like. They're making another one. You know, I had no idea, because I would assume, you know, some international audiences and probably a lot of American audiences didn't know there was going to be another one. So this is the first time that they've seen it. So on that sense, James, that does make sense. We got a lot of cool visuals, not a lot of context. Yondu's got his fin. He's hanging out with Rocket. Gamora's being a badass as usual. Baby Groot shows up there at the end.
Borderline toddler Groot. He looks like he can walk on his own.
It's fantastic. He's outgrown his little pot that he had.
Chris, bad podcast etiquette.
I know. I cannot believe that I had my phone on. But you know what? In fact, it was a text message that just said, "Love the new S'more Geeks promo."
Look at that. I
know. We're already getting feedback. We're doing some video stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But back to Guardians of the Galaxy. I did really like the vibe. That we still got the comedy. There's still clearly some over the top action that we can expect. I really cannot wait for this movie. I literally wish it was already summer 2017, except summer is really busy for me. So I'm enjoying the slower pace of time right now. James, Guardians of the Galaxy. Any final thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy before we move on?
No, I'm tired of being negative. It's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be an excellent movie. So I don't need a trailer to sell me on this one.
It will be. James, why don't you tell us about the second trailer we got?
I will tell you about the second trailer that we got. This trailer was Logan, I guess third Wolverine movie, although we try and forget about the first one.
Right.
But now, this is Old Man Logan, essentially. The tone, this trailer got me more excited for this movie than Guardians 2 got me excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Really?
I thought I really enjoyed this trailer, and I shouldn't have. There are things that are very wrong with this trailer, but I really enjoyed it. I thought that the standalone Wolverine movie was incredible. I'm a huge fan of that movie. And this movie looks awesome too. I like Old Man Logan. I think he looks a lot like Ron from Parks and Rec, but super buff and old.
Oh, a little bit mixed with a little like Mel Gibson, Old Man Gibson.
Definitely. Like if Mel Gibson got Samuel L. Jackson's part in Black Snake Moan. That's what it looks like to me. Anyways, Black Snake Moan is a terrible movie. Don't see it. So yeah, it kind of has that Instagram filter on it.
It does. It does. Kind of Mad Maxy, Resident Evil,
cyan or whatever they call it. Yeah. It's cool. You see old Professor X, which is fine, Charles Xavier.
And he's not doing too well. And I don't know what's
just chilling out in the back of the car. It's like, oh, road trip movie.
Well, old Wolverine and Professor X go on the road and encounter
kidnap a small. It's like Raising Arizona.
Exactly. Kind of. Maybe that sounds kind of like what we just kind of saw. What I'm confused about, there are a couple things. And James, you just said you really like the second Wolverine film, The Wolverine. I really like it too. But it's been forever since I saw it, and so I was left with some questions about where. Are we to assume that this is just a sequel to the Wolverine, and that only that the X-Men movies did exist and we'll reference them because I'm confused on the timeline of where we are in the X universe, where when after the events of Days of Future Past and we kind of reset everything seemed really fine and dandy. And I know we're supposed to be asking these questions because we also see Logan covered with scars. So he's not able to heal. And I feel like that was touched on in the Wolverine, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time.
I feel like he lost
was touched on
some of his healing abilities or something.
I mean, in the words of DMX, we know that X is going to give it to us. So
that's the wrong movie. You're thinking Deadpool. See, we're on Logan, which it's called Logan because that's his name. And I got a feeling there's a shot in the trailer of him looking at his dog tags. And I strongly feel like somebody at a 20th Century Fox boardroom said, all right, we'll call it Logan, but you have to show Wolverine holding his dog tag in the trailer so that the audience knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably very true. But I don't know. I thought the trailer was really good. It's probably not going to be very good. It's probably going to be a lot of action. But that's what I go to these movies for. I didn't go into Wolverine thinking that it was going to be I didn't think it was going to be Inception, right?
No,
I mean,
you would have been setting your expectations far too high.
Exactly. I thought it was going to be Jurassic Park 2, and that's what it was. It entertained the hell out of me, but it wasn't a good movie.
So we haven't yet talked about X-22, who we assume is
23.
23. Gosh, I'm terrible. Thank you for making sure that I don't look like a total fool in front of our audience.
Well, X going to give it to you.
Well, yeah,
23.
Exactly. Are we sure? Because I feel like that's obvious.
Yeah, I think we're pretty sure. She's just like you. It says in the trailer. Mm-hmm. I think that I'm pretty sure.
I need to go frame by frame because she does have this little action moment where you see her jumping on somebody. At least that's what I think. And I was like, ooh, are there claws? What's, and doesn't she have one on her foot?
I don't remember.
Her feet? I don't know. But she's the Wolverine now because in the comics, Logan's dead and stuff. So she's all blue and yellow and ripping people to shreds. And of course, yeah, ripping people to pieces. So Logan is a trailer that we enjoyed, and you probably enjoy it too. I do. It does fall into that category of, hey, let's make a comic book movie, but let's put an old song in it. Johnny Cash's Hurt cover is not super old. It's not in the same way of like Hooked on a Feeling or, when Suicide Squad did Queen. That's what soured me, is because I really like this trailer, but it's mostly the combination of the visuals and the audio. And Suicide Squad, that trailer with Bohemian Rhapsody, was spot on, perfect timing, great with the music. Right. And I got so incredibly excited for that movie. And then I learned my lesson. And so
what did we learn?
That you can do anything with a trailer and make people excited.
Yeah. Every movie has 30 seconds of good movie.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true.
No, I know what you're saying. I kind of wish, because I liked the tone that it was setting, where it was kind of more somber and slow. And then about 2/3 of the way through the trailer, you started hitting action sequences. And that's when it kind of took me out of it, because there was a pacing issue between the music and what was happening on the screen.
Right. And those action sequences looked
unfinished.
Unfinished and familiar. Some similar shots. They need to. It's like I've seen Hugh Jackman run berserker at the camera and then do a flying leap, claws, aimed down. We've seen that shot in every Wolverine X-Men movie where he's in it, which he's in all of them. I'm assuming that granted, this is what, like the 10th movie that Wolverine has been in. Like, any director of photography is running out of shot list, but
is it really 10?
Oh, think about it. You got X-Men
1 through 3, X-Men Days of Future Past.
X-Men. He's in Apocalypse, right?
He was in First Class for a second.
That counts.
I don't really count that one.
It counts.
Okay.
He's in. The amount of times he's portrayed. Because then you have all three Wolverines, and then It's a lot. He's done a lot, but he's rich. So let's
9 movies.
You can go check
It's
this.
9.
It's 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Apparently his last, this is it for Wolverine. But you
He's
can
gonna
check.
go film Australia too. What a good joke, James.
You can go check out
Killing it.
these trailers on our Facebook page, facebook.com/SmoreGeeks. But wait, there's more.
There is one more trailer, Chris, and I'm going to be honest. Your title for this is really upsetting me right now.
Yeah.
Rockstar just they teased earlier this week the sequel to Red Dead Redemption, which was the sequel to Red Dead Revolver. They teased it with just their logo on a red background in black kind of a print, which was very Red Dead feeling. They then released a picture of the same red background with a sunset and 7 people walking towards, very cowboy-esque.
Yep.
And then finally today, this morning, because video game companies don't talk to each other, released their trailer or their teaser of Red Dead Redemption 2. The one thing I don't like about this is the name. I can't believe that they went and did that to me. It's like it's the third one in the series, but this is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right.
They should have just stuck with the R's. Red Dead Revolution, Red Dead
Revolver.
whatever.
No.
Well, that one's taken.
That's the first one, right? Red Dead Revolver,
Yes.
Red Dead
Yeah,
Redemption.
yeah.
Sorry. I was like, why is that on the tip of my tongue? Because you just said it. Yeah.
I mean, Red Dead. I'm sure if I sat in a room, I think of 10 things you would call it.
We can
right?
open up some sort of book that has all kinds of R words, like what? The dictionary.
Yeah.
Just go down the list.
They could Red Dead Revenge, Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, that's already one.
That's already taken. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. Sorry, kids. If you're a kid and you're listening to this, you shouldn't be worried about this story anyway, because it's very adult.
Yeah, very much so.
No, but the trailer looked great. It was running on a PS4, which is super exciting for me. It was mostly just kind of vista shots, wilderness. You saw the front of a not convenience store, but a general store.
Yeah.
A quick shot
Buzzards.
of the 7 horsemen, I guess, or one was a horsewoman. The one on the right was clearly, wearing a woman's blouse. We don't judge. Could have been a man.
It was the Wild West, James.
It could have been a heist. Could have been some sort of decoy.
Yeah, Captain Malcolm Reynolds on Firefly wore a floral bonnet.
That's true.
So.
I've never seen that show still.
What? Oh my! Oh, we're gonna have to pause the show, and James, you'll be back in 13 hours.
It's only been years. Anyways, but it looks very cool. I'm interested to see where they go with the story, whether this is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, where you are John Marston with your gang that you were trying to close all the loose ends of in Red Dead Redemption. But then why would you call it Red Dead Redemption 2? I feel like this one has to take place afterwards. But I don't know.
We don't know much about the storyline or timeline.
The one thing that's also exciting, they did do the website or whatever for reddeadonline.com.
Yes.
So it does appear that we're going to get a similar GTA 5. I'm sure there will be train heists and things like that. And I think it'll be fun. So I'm excited about it.
The worst part is fall 2017.
I know. If there's one company that could have released a trailer and then said, by the way, you will be playing this in a month, it is Rockstar. I mean, their games sell millions and millions and millions of copies. If they were to this game will make more revenue on release day than the Nintendo, whatever they call it is.
The Switch.
The Switch.
You're doubting the Switch? Come on.
I'm doubting the Switch. I'm not doubting the Switch, but they can't make enough of them to offset the amount that this game's going to sell. It's going to sell 100 million copies in a day.
At least. I am so incredibly excited, and I really enjoyed this game on the PlayStation 3, and it's the only reason why I still have a PlayStation 3 is because if I ever want to jump back into that game. Red Dead Redemption is coming to PlayStation Now next month, which is not what I wanted. I had heard rumors it was coming to the PlayStation 4, and I was kind of hoping for a remaster.
But do you know what you can play on PlayStation 4?
Revolver?
Red Dead Revolver. Go ahead and learn your roots.
I guess.
Chris.
I guess.
It's only $10, man.
You know
Just
what?
kidding.
I have.
It
I
is
have,
worth playing though. If you're,
I have
if you're interested.
$10. Is it the same graphics as the PlayStation 2? Did they upgrade or?
It's much more. It's much smoother. I mean,
Okay.
it's not a remaster by any means, but it is upscaled to 1080.
Okay.
And
I have
it
extra
has
money in
a-
my wallet, so.
Look at you.
In my PlayStation wallet, not my real wallet. That thing's empty. Because I've been watching Westworld and digging that show, like it's my favorite show on TV right now. It is. They could have not announced this trailer at a more perfect time when everybody's talking about Westworld.
Can I drop a theory on you on Westworld real quick?
Yeah.
Ann Black and guy we were introduced to in episode 2. It was his first time in the park. Same person.
I've heard this.
That is the James Kelly theory right there.
Because I do feel like they are playing around with time.
They are definitely. It has to, because they said Dolores is one of the oldest people hosts in the park.
You're so right.
And then the whole time in episode 3, when the Man in Black is there, he goes, well, let me remind you of from the beginning. And then the very last scene in that episode, they meet.
Oh my God.
Dolores meets the new guy in the park. So I think they're the same person.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, I freaking love that show. It's so good.
great.
And it makes you want to go to a Westworld, and this is literally the next best thing to be able to play Red Dead Redemption.
I agree.
Because I have never felt more a part of a Western than playing Red Dead Redemption on the PlayStation 3. Cannot wait for Red Dead Redemption 2. Fall of 2017. Get here quick.